Good morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on Thursday the 16th. This is BBC. We're talking about this high being in place probably for the next week, not necessarily in that position, moving about, giving us over the course of the next couple of days a sort of light easterly wind, and then moving up, drawing in a bit more southerly air at some point beginning of next week. So it's settled over us now. 1,036 is pretty high for this time of year. Centre of it is 1,039. And what it's essentially doing is just trapping everything in there. And at the moment, keeping the sort of cloud trapped in place. It's a very sort of cloudy high pressure system. And as you can see, fairly slack winds. There's an upper flow just around it slightly, which is bringing in a westerly wind, but fairly light even at flying heights. So as you would guess, the tasks for today are fairly short: 270 degrees, 6 knots, 10k vis, and broken at 2.6, similar to yesterday. That sort of layer of cloud at about 2.5 to 3,000 feet. And the METAR currently, if you're looking out the window and you think, well, it looks about that now, the METAR for Farnborough is saying more or less the same: light west northwesterly wind, 10k vis, and it's overcast at 2.8. Yeah, pretty much solid layer. It's not very thick because some forecasts suggesting it might break up over us today. Others are saying no, the BBC was suggesting it's going to be cloudy all day, but certainly flyable. Light winds even down in the channel here around the high pressure, only 10 knots, and a light westerly wind over the sort of middle of the country at 5 knots. So I think 5 to 8 knots at flying heights, west southwesterly really for us all day. SatPic shows that sort of solid band of cloud pretty much settled over us. You never know, temperatures go up today to somewhere around 9 to 10 degrees, a little bit warmer than yesterday. Then it might break up a little bit, but I think at the moment it is fairly thick, at 2.5 to 3,000 feet. So yeah, 10 degrees, it feel quite pleasant, light winds. Top Meteo, for some reason, they're much more optimistic. This is sort of their 10 o'clock forecast, that it's breaking up today and just going to be nice and sunny all day. The last 3 days, they've got it completely wrong with the forecast. On Top Meteo, they've been forecasting low cloud, mist, fog, all sorts, and it's not been right. So what I think you're looking at out the window at the moment, we're going to have for most of the day. Might break up a little bit later, thin out anyway. We'll see some more of the sunshine, hopefully. But as I say, light winds, flyable, should be fairly pleasant. Okay, in terms of airspace, nothing around us. Everybody knows what these two are, with the Southampton hours of operation after dark and no danger area crossing service available. Well, that really is about it in terms of local airspace, but that's made up for by the movements. I'll talk about those in a second. I won't be there today. Merv Saunders is running the airfield, and it looks like a 2-7 operation with a sort of runway set up, cables going down the south side, gliders on the runway, and then aero towing from the northern edge of the main runway. Just be aware that that is a sort of crowded operation to operate. We've got potential for 4 movements today. I'm just going to do a new share. Here's the jet movements for today. And that's what 2E have sent us. That was last night. Doesn't look like they've survived first contact already, and I'm pretty sure that the timings on this one here, the air test for SRA have moved slightly, because I've seen a flight plan for 1 o'clock. So basically that's doing an air test, and then it's planned to go out later, and at some point there's a 737 coming in for maintenance. So potential for 4 jet movements today, all in the afternoon. And it may mean that we can't really get back on the runway for winching in the afternoon, so it could be an air tow afternoon if there's still people left to fly. So my advice, folks, make the most of the morning, and you might be looking at air towing this afternoon. Okay, so hopefully have a good day. Both myself and Jordan are off today. We wish you all the best.